Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well. It's Joe with Bumbling Acres, and I am on my way home. So this will not be a direct homesteading message. Of course, if you've listened to me for a while, I do messages on my way home. I have a car kit in place, so my eyes are firmly on the road. So this is safe. Always operate your vehicle safely. Obviously, that goes without saying, but in this world, as it stands today, it seems a lot of things that go without saying need to be said. So, but I want to talk about a thing that we will be doing on our channel. I would challenge you as a YouTube channel, if you're watching this as a YouTube channel, a fellow YouTube channel, to do this as well. It is wonderful having YouTube and to look up the practical application of what you're doing. You know, how do you build a meat tractor? You do a search for people building meat tractors for the rabbits or the chickens, and you get to see what they're doing. Or you see like things I wish I'd known when I'd started raising chickens or things of that nature. And they're important. They are very, very good. But there is nothing to me more valuable than a good book as a resource. And there are a number of books which I read and have read in regards to the homesteading journey that have been great and incredibly informative. Homesteading, it's life skills. It used to be passed on, it was generational, passed on from one generation to the other. You didn't just learn all this at once. Frankly, Mother Nature is way too difficult of a governess to think that you can just walk out into her world and suddenly just have it all. To be honest, Mother Nature's fickle, Mother Nature's cyclical. There are basic tenets of things, but when it comes down to why something works or why it doesn't, there are a myriad of reasons which that occurs. And a specific person's experience with something depends on a lot of variables. For example, if you're raising animals and you want to look at someone's experience with raising animals, you really need to look at someone that's on the same horizontal line as you. It's in the same general climate as you. How it works to raise an animal or like a pig in Arkansas or a southern state is going to be very difficult, very different than how it is to raise, say, a pig in a northern state like Michigan. The weather is just too different. Your growing seasons are different. So it isn't enough to just say, well, they did this, I should do that. Copying is perfectly acceptable. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery, I think is the quote. But imitation is incredibly important. And if it drives you to do, it's all good. But the doing is the success, not the achievement of the doing. Because honestly, you will find a lot more failure than success in the homesteading world as you start out. And honestly, I don't think it will ever change. You will always have your tests and your failures in the homesteading life. It's simply, Mother Nature, as I say, is a harsh mistress. She gives the lessons after she's given the tests. That's very difficult. So one thing that we will be launching on my channel, on our channel on Homestead Bumbling Acres, will be book reviews. I'm going to talk about what books I have read, what they are, why, who wrote them, kind of a perspective on why they're important, touch upon some highlights. It's not going to be like a Cliff's Notes of this book. I'm not going to go through and break it down chapter by chapter. If there's a couple parts I feel are important, I may highlight those sections. I may highlight a page or two that really spoke to me, but I'm not out here trying to condense an entire book into a YouTube page. It's just unrealistic, and honestly, what has been important to me may not, will not, probably should not be as important to you. So I wanted to kind of touch on that topic on my way home. That I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is important. Anytime your nose is in a book reading about homesteading, it's a great thing. You know, before you can get out and just tinker with the world around you, you need to understand the basic elements of what you're doing. And that's more than a 5-minute or 10-minute or 15-minute or an hour or a 2-hour video on YouTube can possibly do. So that's very, very important to me. It's something that we will be doing. Like I said, there'll be book reviews coming in the future, books books that I highly recommend, why I recommend them, what was their value as compared to something else, and why was that book important to me as opposed to something else. So I hope I hope that pleases you all. I hope if you're watching our channel that does excite you. And if you as a channel have found and you're reading something it's influencing you and it's powerful, it doesn't have to be about homesteading 101. It doesn't need to be a DIY book. If there's a book you're reading that talks about homesteading lifestyle, maybe it's a fictional based book, I call it historical fiction, that kind of talks about that life, and you think that's great, and it helps embolden you, it helps motivate you, that's a good thing to do. If it's just something you want to do, if it's a book that means something to you and it's helped you through a dark time, or it's helped you through a challenge and adversity, Lord knows we have plenty of those challenges and adversities, and sharing that resource would be very valuable to us. So that's my thoughts and ideas on the book reviews that we'll be posting. I plan on doing my first book review in the next week. They will be along with additional things we do on our channel. I hope you like it. If there's any books that you've heard about or that you think are important and you just don't have the time or you don't want to do a video, but you want to recommend it, do it in the comments. Also, I will take those recommendations seriously. I'm always looking for more books to read, and I look forward to what you all have to say as well. So, Joe with Bumbling Acres signing off. Thank y'all. Bye.